There are three main kinds of vaccines. There is the dead bacteria, the dead virus, and the live virus. I'm going to start with the dead bacteria, and I'm going to start with the original one, which is whooping cough. Whooping cough is a condition caused by a bacteria called Pertussis, which is the P in the DPT shot, which has been called a cellular pertussis because they basically rinsed out the toxins, put them back in to make it work, which is akin to decaffeinating, and hence you get the DTAP shot. Now, the thing about dead bacteria shots, such as with pertussis, by itself it's ignored by the immune system. One, it's dead, and two, the proteins of pertussis and its so-called toxins are not really toxic, and hence the immune system ignores it. And hence they put in toxins to get them noticed. See, the bacteria, if this is a representation of the bacteria, it colonizes the throat, which is a problem for children, but not for adults. Adults don't even notice that they have it. They just consider it a chronic cough. So what they do is they add toxin to the vaccine. They add tetanus, tetanus toxin, which is the second deadliest bacterial toxin known to man, just below botulism. And they add diphtheria, which is the third deadliest bacterial toxin. And they're adding the minimum lethal dose, the MLD, for 50 pounds in a child's shot, which is half a milliliter, and 100 pounds in an adult shot, which is a 1 milliliter. And to keep that from killing their recipients, being that often they weigh less than the minimum lethal dose is, such as 40 pounds, 30, 20, and 10, they add the antitoxin, which is actually the antibodies. And they do that at the end stage. This is a representation of 3 vats of bacteria being grown in a factory. Say they're growing the tetanus, and they're growing it for the toxin. At the last stage in the project, they are adding the antitoxin. But they must measure how much toxin has been produced by the bacteria in each batch, which can have a 900% range difference between them because the bacteria colonies behave differently in terms of how much toxin they produce. So instead of measuring how much has been produced, they just add in an average amount of antitoxin into each one, and that average amount means that some get more than they need and some do not get enough. And that's the problem. Hence you have these toxins causing neuron loss in a developing brain, which is why, especially in the limbic system where all the instincts of humanity are residing, etc., and hence that's why there are no biomarkers for autism. So this is the first problem, which is caused by ingredients. The second problem is the manner in which it works. It causes a secondary problem often, and that is because the immune system is working by the principle of allergic reaction. Well, what it's doing is the immune system is coming out, and this is representing the immune system here, just to simplify things, coming out and it's attacking the tetanus, which is the second deadliest, right? And the third is diphtheria. You've got the antitoxin attached, adsorbed with a D, to them. Same thing with the diphtheria, it has its antitoxin attached, adsorbed to it. And they're all bonded together with aluminum. You know, you got this aluminum bonding the pertussis and the tetanus and the diphtheria all together. And so the immune system, by association, the immune system is attacking the pertussis also. They have also used formaldehyde to cross-link the proteins between the body and these proteins of these various bacteria, and that is for slow time release, because since the body is still alive and warm, it will be dissipating the formaldehyde, which will be releasing these toxic proteins slowly, because otherwise the full dosage is going to be too evident in more children than they're willing to allow be damaged by their product. So the immune system has been hyperstimulated by the intensity of the tetanus and diphtheria lethal dosages, and it's going to attack all foreign proteins, all of them that are currently present at the time, which would include pollen, seeds, nuts. So you're eating a peanut butter sandwich, if you're breathing in the air in the car, the pollen as you drive home, well, during those days and hours of hyperimmune stimulation. And then there's also dander and dust, which contain the bodies of bugs, which are proteins, and they get caught in the cat's fur, and the immune system is going to attack all those foreign proteins if they are present at the time of hyperimmune stimulation when this vaccine is given. And hence allergies are caused that are chronic for benign proteins such as the food we eat.